Hey, what's up, folks? Joseph Gonzalez here, where we keep real estate marketing simple. Today, we're talking about FSBOs and how to get them much easier than most people think using an outside-the-box idea. We'll see you guys after the intro. Okay, so you want to work with FSBOs, but maybe they don't want to work with you, right? There's these obstacles where they want to keep more money in their pockets. You want to work with them, but you don't want to list their house at 0%. However, maybe there's another angle to this situation where you can actually work with them and not have to worry about making the money necessarily off of them. And the goal, again, is to help as many people as we can. So I'm going to give you the exact strategy that we've used and I've used in the past and that I've talked about in our podcast, the Agent Lead Towards podcast. By the way, link should be down in the description below. But I'm going to give you the exact steps to get FSBOs to work with you before they work with any other agent. So before we jump into that exact strategy, I want you to think about yourself. I want you to think about other agents and how they typically get FSBOs. Most of them will drive around, maybe look for signs in yards, or they'll all call with the same script. The script is, hey, I have a buyer who's interested in previewing your house. They can't come by. I want to come by and look at your house. And then they try to pitch them on a listing script. Tell me if you've done that, you've heard that, you've seen that, right? You can make a comment down below. Not saying the script doesn't work. It's just like going to a bar and just like spitfiring to a bunch of women or a bunch of men and trying to get them to, go on a date with you or whatever have you. We're going to give you something that is way more tactical, better, and converts some more FSBOs at the end of the day. So we know that if we're all trying to do the same thing, then we're all going to get very similar results. But the question is, what if you start doing something different? What if you stop going the same direction as everybody else? Instead of zigging, you start zagging, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about zagging, if you will. And so what I want you to think about is, as these FSBOs, you're calling them just like everybody else is calling them, or maybe you're visiting their house, but you're going to have a little bit different conversation than most agents if you follow this actual channel. So what you're going to do is you're going to call the FSBO, and the script is going to be pretty simple. Like, hey, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, my name is Joseph Gonzalez with Remax, or whatever company you're with, or EXP, whatever company. The reason I'm calling is I know that your house is for sale by owner or expired, and maybe you don't want to work with an agent. Although I'm a real estate agent, I think I have a plan that might interest you because you may not have to pay a listing fee. You'll still have to pay a buyer fee if you're okay with that. Let them answer. Great. Well, here's the plan. What I want to do is I want to list your house technically. I cannot list it without a contract in place, so I'm not going to list your house. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come put a sign in your yard that is going to be on behalf of my loan officer or mortgage professional that I work with. The reason that I want to do that is because it's going to help me identify people who want to buy your house. So we're going to get people who want to actually buy your house that can qualify. And these folks will not just be random people off the street who are just going to be walking through your house, because that's typically what happens whenever you do FSBO, because you don't have any idea if these folks can actually qualify or do qualify to purchase your home. How does that sound to you? So then you're just quiet, you let them talk, let them ask questions, things like that. I'll tell you what the typical questions are going to be. Okay, so now they've answered whatever they're going to answer or giving you the questions. The typical questions are going to be this. Well, what do you get out of it, Joseph? Why is this going to help me? How do we work together? Those are usually the only three questions that come up, or they'll just say no. So the first answer is, how does this benefit you? Well, the reason it benefits me, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, is because what will happen is I'm going to show anybody who's pre-qualified your house first, because I want to make sure that we're using your house as the thing that is driving them to want to come see your house. Because if they can purchase it and you're willing to actually pay a buyer's agent fee, then I'll get the buyer's agent fee. However, if they decide, hey, this is not the house for me, then I can go show them other houses. So really at the end of the day, even though I can't list your house or you don't want to list your house with an agent, we all win because I'm able to qualify people, get them to your house. You win because they're not people who are just going to be coming to your house that don't actually have any money to buy your house or any reason to actually be in your house. So that's really the main reason that we do this, is because it's beneficial for everyone and you get to keep more money in your pocket. So you can already see how this is much different than any other agent that is marketing out there right now. I guarantee maybe one agent in your entire market is marketing this way. And it's really important for you to understand that you have to set yourself apart than everybody else, especially with these online companies that are coming on and saying, hey, don't spend money with a real estate agent to list your house. You want to go ahead and play into that and say, hey, look, I'm going to help you sell your house. I'm not going to take a fee. I'm going to find buyers for you. I'm going to show them your house first. You're giving them all of these benefits that other agents are not giving them, right? And so you can see how you're going to actually take more FSBOs or expireds than anybody else in your market immediately, guys. I'm not kidding. This will definitely work. Okay, now that we know we can get these FSBOs or expireds, what I want you to think about, and I know there's a lot of you who are saying, well, Joseph, what if I actually want to get the listing too? That's okay. I know you want to make more money. We all do, and that we all got to support our families and so forth and so on. But what I want you to think about is maybe you don't get the buyer for that house, but you have buyers that are coming in for other houses or homes. But if you really want to close them, you say, look, hey, after 15 to 30 days, if you're willing, I'll do a 1% listing fee because I have to do some type of listing fee, or a flat fee if your market allows it and your board allows all these things that we're talking about. Again, make sure you check with your board for all this stuff. If my board allows it or your board allows it in broker, you say, I'll list it for 1% or whatever the flat fee is, as long as you work with me to buy your next house, right? So now you're going to get 1% on the transaction or a flat fee, and then you're going to go get the actual buying part of their transaction. So if they sell, then they go buy and you get that deal. So you're technically walking away with 4%, or if a builder, if they buy new construction, which they probably will, is going to give you maybe a higher commission as well, right? So now you're talking about walking away with more rather than calling like everybody else does and walking away with zero. So I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. The last closing note that I want you to understand is your business will be transformed if you use this strategy, because you're going to be able to talk to more people who own homes, which we all know there's a shortage of currently in the market, and you're going to be able to walk away with more transactions at the end of 2021 or whatever year you're watching this, because you're going to talk to more people that are willing to work with you because you're willing to help them. That's the end of the video. We'll see you guys in the next one.